So in The Dark Knight, it might be Dark Knight Returns actually, Bruce reads a letter from Rachel. And in this letter, at the end, Rachel, I'm paraphrasing here, but she says, from what I remember, I told you we could be together when Gotham no longer needed Batman. But now I realise the day will never come when you don't need Batman. Now, you could chalk this up to Rachel not understanding Batman and Bruce, as she calls him, and her thinking that it's some internal struggle and that he doesn't want this life and that he needs to be Batman. It's some obsession he has rather than this crusade he goes on to rightfully, bring justice upon people while following strict moral codes that his parents would approve of. But I think as a good director and a good writer, which Nolan is, he should have put some part of the story in to go against what Rachel says. Where Rachel's saying, you need Batman, there should have been some point where either Bruce himself or Alfred maybe goes against that and says, no, I don't need Batman, I am Batman. That's what I don't think Nolan understands. He thinks that Bruce is this person who pretends to be Batman. Bruce is the main character. He isn't. Batman is the main character. Bruce, after Batman Begins, Bruce should barely be a part of it. Unless it's scenes with Alfred, where Alfred is calling him Bruce, because Alfred likes to think that this is still that little boy that he raised, which he isn't anymore. Alfred likes to think that, but other than that, there's really no need for Bruce to be in the story as much as he is. It's Batman. And it just disappoints me that Nolan does this. Again, these movies are amazing. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight is one of my favourite movies ever. The Dark Knight Returns, not as good, but I still think there's some really good moments in the movie. They're all great movies, but just, I wish Nolan understood Batman better. I wish Nolan understood that it's not the story of Bruce Wayne, who is Batman, but it's instead the story of Batman, who sometimes has to pretend to be this person that he used to be, that he isn't anymore. And again, I think there should have been something in the story that went against what Rachel said, someone who reinforced and validated Batman by saying, this is who you are. This isn't a mask you put on to play. This isn't something you need. This is who you are. It's fair to need yourself. That's human. That's who you are. Of course you need that. And I think the movies would have benefited from that, but unfortunately, they didn't.